solve large, intractable problems.
It's a new venture altogether.
Your brain is a wild horse there.
Because remember, writing is not a team sport.
You are not selling horse carriages when there are cars.
I want to be known only as the trusted advisor.
More like a tourist.
Play to Potential podcast.
The other piece I was curious about, Venkat, was even giving. There is you can run it as a sprint or you can do it like a marathon. Back to your point about your hours in Eklavya. At some level, as we think about giving as a career, any thoughts to people on how they should think about their approach to giving, both time and money? Once again, do you see people trip up in the way they run it over the long term versus short term? Any thoughts there?
So first is I try not to preach on this for a variety of reasons. I think it's like some of these things have to evolve. You have to learn through experience. No amount of somebody else telling you is going to make these things happen. When you start any journey, and giving, like any other thing, is a journey that you will have in your life. It'll be one of the multiple journeys you'll have in your life, right? Giving being one of those strands of journeys that you take. It's, I think, unrealistic to expect a person at the beginning of a journey to make a long-term commitment. Right? Somebody says, okay, I bought a new car, I want to take it out for a spin, and you say, okay, let's go to Agartala from Bombay. You're mad, right? It's a stupid thing to ask the person. Let him take it out for a 5-kilometer spin, come back. Let him get used to driving the car. मजा आने लगेगा, अपने आप धीरे-धीरे किसी दिन अगरतला भी पहुंच जाएंगे, right? You have to get people to enjoy the experience. That's the natural evolution of it. So I like not to prescribe on this. I think let people get started on their journey, whatever it is, right? And that's why, I'm saying that even if you can't do 1 hour a month, it's okay. You can do 1 hour a year, utna se start karo. Jitna kar sakte ho, karo. Get started on the journey. Enjoy it. Get into it. Reflect about it. So I gave 20,000 rupees last year. Kuch maza aaya kya? And the point about reflection is, that's the other thing, right? If you don't reflect, you gave 25,000 last year, kuch nahi hua. Nobody, a lot of people who discontinue giving, in GiveIndia we used to do a lot of surveys of people who had discontinued their giving. And the answer used to be, I gave so much money to this organization, they never sent me a report, I don't know what happened, so I stopped giving. And I would say, so that's the wrong, thing, right? I mean, if the journey starts with the assumption that my giving must get me this immediately, then you're not going to. But can we build a experimentational journey into giving? Start, reflect. So I gave this guy, he never got back to me. Horrible. That doesn't mean I have to stop giving. What does it mean in terms of how I give next? Right? So the next person I give to, can I ask them before I give, what are you going to tell me? What are you going to come back to me with? And then give. And then your next experience is, he promised this, but he still didn't give it. Right? You still don't get disillusioned. You say, I will still give. But the next time, I'm going to be even more smarter about it. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to give you this money, but I'm going to give it to you only in installments. And after this installment, you give me this. Then I'll give you the rest, and then you give me the rest. And stuff like that. And you gradually evolve your giving journey that way. Right?